Good morning, gang. Happy Sunday morning. Can you believe today is the end of the first half of the year? We're halfway through 2024 already. It's like, where does the time go? I swear, as we get older, it's just, time goes by like that. You know, I've said many times in my life, you remember when you were a kid, the week before Christmas seemed to take forever. You know, now it's like, the week's over already? You know, the year is over already? Yeah. But here we are, end of the first half of the year, and it's a Sunday, so we'll keep this a little lower key. But I want to bring up something, especially for people that are new here to the channel, just about things to pay attention to and be careful, especially if you're a new prepper or new to this channel, or new to any channel, because this happens everywhere. Last week we had a giveaway for the EcoFlow Delta Pro 3, and once again we had the scammers try to come out and say, congratulations, you're the winner, contact me at this WhatsApp number or whatever, Telegram, who knows what it was. Guys, those are scams. I got a few emails from people saying, oh, was this you? They caught that. I also got an email from somebody that was about to send money to them. Thank God they emailed me first. Okay. Please understand, anything I do, giveaways-wise, you're going to see it live, okay? It's going to happen on a live stream. I don't give away stuff on videos. I don't email you. I don't put something in the comments saying you're a winner, okay? You'll see it in front of everybody else. So anytime ever you see one of those things, understand it's a scam. There's lots of scams on YouTube, on Facebook, on Craigslist. I mean, we all know it. You know, people say, oh, just send me a deposit through something you bought on Craigslist and I'll ship it to you or whatever. You know, no, okay. You know, if anybody's ever been, let's use eBay, for example. If anybody was ever selling anything on eBay 20 years ago, you know, it used to be somebody'd win the auction, they'd send you a check in the mail, and once you got the check, then you sent the product. And that wound up being scammy as well, because people were getting the checks and never sending products, right? And it happened over and over. And so finally eBay changed it up to like an escrow type thing. It's to protect people. And there's a lot of that on YouTube as well. There's plenty of scammers. There's plenty of haters. There's plenty of people on YouTube who don't know what the hell they're talking about and try to pretend, if you will. They'll sell you everything. They'll tell you you have to buy this or you're gonna die. They'll spend every day being like Al Gore or any of these, the world's going to end in 5 years, this city's going to be underwater, the polar ice caps are going to melt, yada, 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 right? Don't believe half of this crap, because there's a lot of people on YouTube, in the comments, some that make videos or whatever, that are just a waste of flesh and blood, okay? They have nothing better to do in their life but cause problems. And, okay, so be it. You know, we all had people in the workplace, in school, that we didn't like, that didn't like you. The internet's no different, okay? And when you're a prepper, you're going to face a lot of the scrutiny that these people have, because everybody believes, that every non-prepper believes that they know better. That, hey, you know what, don't worry about it. You don't need to do any of that. The government will take care of you. Or I'm just coming to your house and taking what you have or something. There's plenty, you all heard this, okay? There's plenty of people out there that are like that. Fine, let them be, okay? They're a waste of time in real life. They're a waste of time online. You know, those of you guys that have been around here long enough may remember probably one of my most, I'll just use the term, profane videos ever. And it was a video response to John Teller. I was pissed, okay? You can question my prepping. You can question how I build things, how I grow things, how I do things all day long. I've told you a million times that this is the way I do it. If it works for you, do it that way. If it doesn't work for you, come up with your own solution. I'm cool with that, okay? The whole point is to give you an idea of a way to do something and then adapt it to your own circumstances. But the John Teller video, that was one that I was not going to let fly. That was somebody that accused me of stolen valor. And there's certain lines in life you do not cross. That's one of them, okay? Are there people that don't like me? Are there people that want to cause me problems? Sure. Do they cause me any problems? No. Okay. You know, I continue doing what I'm doing, and as long as it works for me and Mrs. P, I'm going to continue doing it. If it doesn't work for me and Mrs. P, guess what? I won't do it anymore. Do people have better ideas than I do on stuff? Sure. Do I ask other people, other preppers, other Joe Normals, okay? Hey, how would you do this? Yeah, it's called how you learn, okay? You learn by doing things. You can watch videos all day long, but until you go out and get your hands dirty and dig in the dirt and learn how to plant corn, or put a hammer and nails in your hand and learn how to build something or whatever, watching a video is not going to do you squat. Reading a book is not going to do you squat. You may have the general concepts of it, but you really don't have the knowledge on how to do it. I was having a conversation with PBJ the other day, and she had a hell of a week. She had 6 tests and a lab practical that she had to do this week. And fortunately, she passed them all. And she was very happy with herself, but she was also a little down. And those of you guys who've ever seen her, she's empathetic, okay? And so she's got her little study group, and she was upset that some of the people in her study group did not pass one of the tests or something. And she felt guilty about it because she was helping them study, and if they didn't pass, was that a mark on her that she didn't study or she didn't teach them well enough? And I'm like, no, that's not your responsibility to do that. That is their responsibility. And I said to her, I said, you don't know if on Friday night while you were studying, they were out in the bar dancing, doing whatever. You put the effort in, you passed. If they didn't put enough effort in, they didn't pass. You can't take responsibility for somebody else's failures. Nor can you take responsibility for somebody else's successes. Every one of you guys that's a successful prepper on here did it on your own. It wasn't me. It wasn't Bear. It wasn't Deep South Homestead. It wasn't Magic Prepper or Angry Prepper or any of the other quality channels out there that did it for you. They may have given you an idea, but you're the one that did it. Don't let anybody take that away from you, because the ones that try to are the ones that haven't done it. You know, you went and somebody commented this week that, I think it was sometime yesterday, that maybe it was on a live stream, matter of fact, that they were out harvesting potatoes, and they got 20 pounds of potatoes or whatever, and they were really happy about that because last year their crop was a failure. That's called learning. That's what you need to do. That's practice. That's figuring it out. Hey, I tried this and it didn't work. Let's try something different. Maybe I'll go look at Pinball's idea on how he does it. Maybe I'll go look at Danny's idea. Maybe they do something different than I do. You know, Mark at Self-Sufficient Me or James Pergioni or somebody like that. Maybe they do something different and I can learn from there. Somebody last night on the live stream told me about putting pennies around their cabbage. I've never heard of this in my life, okay? And they said it worked to keep the snails and the slugs out. Okay? I'll try it. You know, it's not cabbage season now, but it will be soon enough to grow them in the fall, at least down here for me. I'll try it. Maybe it works, okay? Maybe it doesn't. I tried the electroculture thing. Didn't work for me. Other people swear by it. Good. You do what works for you. But don't let anybody bring you down at all, okay? They're going to challenge you. They're going to bitch at you. They're going to do whatever they want. These are weak people who have nothing done themselves. And so the only way they can make themselves feel better is by trying to bring you down. You have food put away. You go out to the range and train. You, I don't know, learn to garden. You raise rabbits. You built a solar setup. You did that. Nobody else, no YouTuber, no Facebooker, no Instagrammer did that. They may have introduced you to something, but you did it. Don't let anybody take that away from you. Don't let anybody try to belittle you about it. Because the ones that do are the ones that don't know how to garden. They don't know how to build anything. They don't have anything in the way of power put away, you know, for a rainy day. They don't own weaponry. They don't know how to shoot. They just know how to bitch. And those people are just like the ones I said at the top, who the government will save me. I'm just going to take what's yours. Don't worry about those people. I sure as hell don't. They're a waste of time. But we all see them. They're in the comments. They're in the chats. They're on Facebook. They're on YouTube. They're on Twitter. God knows they're on Twitter, okay? The stupidest subset of the world is on Twitter. I don't know, maybe TikTok. But just remember all the time that you're doing this is everything that you do was your choice. How you did it, what you did, etc., etc., etc. And if you did one thing, you are ahead of 92% of the rest of the country at a minimum. If you have one jar of food put away, you have more, you know, if you have a week and a day's worth of food, you have more food put away than over 90% of the country. Seriously, okay. The people that survived throughout history were the people that prepared. They're like, you know what? It's June 30th. December 30th is 6 months away. It's gonna be cold. I might need to have some food then. I need to learn how to put it away. And so they did. And there were plenty of people back then who didn't think that at all. They're like, you know what? I'll just get whatever I can on December 30th. Until it's 12 below zero outside. Obviously, you're not growing anything and it's too cold. They're not out hunting. The animals aren't there. They starve to death. I'll give you just one thought. Every one of your ancestors was a prepper. Because if they weren't, they wouldn't have survived. And if they didn't survive, you wouldn't be here. So every time you see a comment by somebody who's trying to scam you, ignore it. Every time you see a comment or hear something, watch a video of somebody who's trying to belittle you, ignore them. Okay. They're a waste of flesh and blood. They've got a life expectancy of a week in an SHTF event. Because if they've pissed you off, or they've tried to at least, they've done it to everybody else. And as I've said a million times, if you think you're going to survive an SHTF event on your own, you only need to buy one prep. And that's a shovel so you can dig your own grave. Ain't nobody going to be able to do this on their own. Pissing off the world is suicide. Personally, I'm not suicidal. I'll help anybody I can, up to a point, okay? I don't go around trying to piss people off. Sure, I still do it, okay? Because people are intimidated. They're jealous. That's normal, okay? In any aspect of my life, your life, anybody else's life. You have something they don't, they're jealous. You know, maybe you're not jealous of Leonardo DiCaprio having a 200-foot yacht. I could certainly care less what he's got. I really don't want one, okay? But imagine what happens later on down the road when the balloon does go up and they spent all their time bitching and none of their time learning. And when that first hunger pang hits, and they go, damn, I wish I would have learned how to garden, or I wish I would have learned how to raise chickens, or I wish I would have learned how to fish, or hunt, or trap, or forage, instead of bitching all the time. Yeah, that'll get them somewhere. I'm not going to apologize for anything I do on this channel, ever. I'm not going to apologize for anything I've accomplished in this life, ever. Because I did it on my own. You did it on your own. Sure, somebody else may have guided you. Somebody else may have given you the idea. Somebody else may have shown you how to do it. But ultimately, the one who did it was you. Nobody else. You look at SHTF, and nobody can have all the skills. It's just not possible. This is why we need community. I don't have medical skills. I mean, basic first aid and stuff like that. Yes, I do. Okay. But am I going to be able to handle somebody with a bullet in their belly? No, that's what somebody with medical training is going to need to do. Okay. I understand that. Do I know blacksmithing? No. But there might be somebody out there who does, who would be the one to, I don't know, build knives or something like that. Each one of us has our own skills. Nobody has them all. And that's fine. That's why you don't go pissing off the rest of the world, because you're going to need somebody who has other skills. And when you've alienated everybody around you, ain't nobody coming to your help. You know, we've all known those guys at work who think they know everything, right? And maybe they get a promotion to middle management or something, you know, because they brown-nosed their way in. And then eventually they're no longer there. Why? Because you can't fake it till you make it through life. It just doesn't work in any aspect of it. You know, people will lie, people will cheat, people will steal, and people will die. Our objective is to do this honestly, morally, ethically, and to stay alive. And we do that. And I'm proud that I do that. I'll try to help anybody. Obviously, I'm here, okay? Don't ask for anything. I'm not going to apologize for who I am. Nope. You shouldn't apologize for who you are. And when people try to belittle you, people try to drag you through the mud, just laugh at them as the pathetic little pieces of shit they are. Pinball out.